on content take.
The fuck is this video, dude? Okay, all this cool random shit and then just a chick being hot. Okay. Like, look at what dudes have to do to get into this fucking video. Gotta stand on one arm and fucking catapult through each other. Chick needs to just have an ass.
Okay, gee.
So again, this video, right, where this is XQC, and they're just watching some random like compilation videos, right? But they get at a very deep idea here, and that's what men have to do to go viral versus what women have to do to go viral, and it's very different. Okay, for a man to go viral, he has to be extremely good at something. Extremely good. He has to provide value to the world. For a girl to go viral, she has to be beautiful. You see the difference? One you're born with, and one you have to earn. And this gets at a very deep idea. And the idea is that men have to become in order to be valuable. Women just are. And that is the fundamental thing that basically that we are taught incorrectly from a young age. That we're taught that men and women are the same, which means that you're perfect just the way you are, right? But if you teach that to a guy, right, then guess what? The man doesn't build himself, doesn't build value, and doesn't become attractive, and he destroys himself as a result, right? So it's terrible. Okay, let's watch a bit more of these videos.
Jesus.
So again, the girl is just beautiful.
Another just an ass.
And she's
Oh my god.
all she's doing is
Not
dancing.
gonna lie.
Okay.
This is lowbrow.
And this is a viral video.
Yep.
Meanwhile, look at what the guy has to do. So this guy is like basically a gymnast who's spinning around in a ring, right? And that goes viral. So again, like it's not subtle, right? Like this sort of thing is why like and how men and women are different. And they just are. Like you can't deny that men and women are different. Okay, let's continue here.
And the fact that so many men out there expect their significant other to change their last name for them. And I understand all the arguments for why you would want to change your last.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So this girl is arguing. I already talked about this girl in my last video. So this girl is saying she doesn't understand why girls have to change their last name. Well, here's why. Because a girl wants to marry a man who she looks up to, who she feels who is a man of value, who everybody wants to be and all girls want to be with. So when she changes her last name, she associates herself with him, right? And she can brag to all her girlfriends, look at what a superior man I got compared to what you have, right? That's the idea, right? But in the modern world, even though the guys that the girls want to be with have to be taller, stronger, smarter, make more money, be more successful, have a nicer car, etc., they don't want to give anything, right? They want an equal relationship while simultaneously being with a guy who's superior to them. And again, make that make sense. That is called delusion. That is called hubris, and it's also called arrogance, right? That is what these modern 2022 girls are like. Not all of them, but many of them. And it's because the womanist matriarchy that we live in has brainwashed them into believing that. So there you go. All right, let's continue.
Name to be a part of the family, and it's easier for the kids and all that BS. But the fact that the pressure is solely put on women, my last name is a huge part of my identity.
Right. So here's the idea. The idea is the pressure is entirely on girls to change their last name. Yeah, but how about the pressure for a man to perform, to be strong, to be confident, to be independent, to make more money than you, to have a better car than you, to have a better job than you, to pay all your bills, to be physically fit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, she has not acknowledged at all anything that men have to provide in order to even be seen by a girl, let alone for her to be, you know, truly, genuinely attracted to him, right? And this expression leads to something fundamental about, the world, which is that women will never appreciate your struggle. And that's just the way of the world, guys. I can't change it. I just connect the dots, as they say. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the like, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you would like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just join any tier. Again, if you want to hear some more stuff that's just like this, maybe a little better. I mean, there it is, right? Okay, let's continue.
And I ain't changing it for no one, but y'all stay safe out there.
His hands look like that, so hers can look like that. His hands also look like that,
Literally.
so hers can look like that. Well, I applied for that, so that my fridge can look like that. Don't need no man.
Oh my god. Right. So this EBT card, right? Okay. Let me explain something about this EBT card. What is that? The EBT card is a government subsidized, effectively it's a credit card, right? That you can use to buy groceries. Not the most expensive groceries, so your fridge wouldn't even look like that, but the idea is this. The girls say they don't need a man, but why? Because all men collectively pay into a tax pool that allows her to say that, so she actually needs a man. She just doesn't know, because she's clueless, because she hasn't had the education to understand the world that she lives in, because men have to become and women just are. All right, let's continue. Okay, this is just a girl who's so overweight she can barely walk. Cool. All right, let's continue. Yeah, that's obviously not healthy.
Fuck this pussy boy. Fuck it.
Oh my god. Okay, so this girl's just, you know, like, again, this lowbrow stuff, right, is, and I mean, we got into it at the very beginning of the video. This is what girls do to get viral, right? All they have to do is show off their body, be physically fit, that's it. Done. Nothing more is required. For a man, though, he needs to be some kind of superior to be known all around the world, to go viral. He needs to have put in minimum 10 years of effort into something, if not more, right? So it's just the way the world works. Men are born without value, women just are. And then the girls reserve the right to reject you for any reason, right? It's just, again, guys, if you want to be superior, like you need to be competitive. Chase excellence, not women. That's the moral of the story. All right, let's continue.
Okay, we need to normalize the amount of people that women actually sleep with. I went on a first date with this guy last week, and he goes, yeah, I always judge a girl if she sleeps with me on the first date. I'm sorry, Frank, but aren't you sleeping with her on the first date too? Somebody please tell me why it is okay for men to sleep with as many women as they want, but yet women cannot sleep with as many men as they want.
That's the lock and key analogy, that's why. Because a key that opens to any lock is a shitty key, and a key that opens many locks is a master key. It's very hard for men to get laid. It's very easy for women to get laid. Most men are invisible to most women. So if a guy can sleep with multiple women, like, you know, let's say 20 plus, he's very successful. Like, let alone a guy with 50 plus or 200 plus or 1,000 plus, right? Like, this is like numbers that, like, apparently the average is 7, but I think that's not true. I think it's actually higher for superior men and lower for average men. So the average for men is skewed, whereas for women the average is also 7 or 8, right? But imagine, right, like 7 average means that the average girl is ruined for marriage and long-term commitment. Again, in order for a girl to have a successful, stable marriage, right, she needs 0 partners before marriage. Then the divorce rate is 5%. So that's 1 in 20. The more partners a girl gets, up to 7, then the divorce rate spikes huge, and then again it spikes huge again at 10. So just so you know, guys, that's how it goes. And it's funny when this girl says we need to normalize the number of partners. Why? We need to normalize it because then the guy can't judge me for the number of guys I've slept with, so then I can still get married and have a stable family. But again, it doesn't matter if you lie about your end count, right? Because the guy, you're still not going to be able to pair bond to him. You're still going to be ruined for that relationship. You're still not going to be able to have a stable family because you're very likely to divorce him. The divorce rate is like 80% for the people that initiate divorce is women 70% of the time, and the divorce rate is higher than 50%, even though less people are getting married than ever. In fact, the marriage rate right now is about 8 out of 1,000 for men. So men are wising up to the fact that, you know, marriage isn't really working, right? So, all right. Here is an article. When you don't know if your girlfriend wants bedroom fun. This is a problem that too many men have, where they've been friend-zoned by their own girl. Some men have it so bad in their relationship they don't even know if their girlfriend wants bedroom fun. These are men who are in relationships, but they've actually been friend-zoned. And let me explain the role of a girlfriend and when you should have bedroom fun with her. So what are girlfriends for? For women, a relationship is for companionship and eventual relationship progression, leading to marriage and being provided for materially. That's what a relationship is for women. That's what they need it for. For men, girlfriends are for regular bedroom fun, regular access to bedroom fun. If you're not having regular bedroom fun with your girlfriend, there's a serious problem in your relationship. Men and women are different, and so their relationship needs are different. When to have bedroom fun with your girl? As a man, again, the girl should be providing for your needs, right? So, I mean, that enough said. If your girl is not happily, passionately having bedroom fun with you when you want, then the relationship needs to be dissolved because you're not having your needs met. Both parties in a relationship need to be getting their needs met. Your girlfriend needs to understand her role in your life. Set clear boundaries and expectations about bedroom fun. If you don't, you're going to have an extremely bad time in your future. And on whose terms should you be having bedroom fun? You should always be having bedroom fun on your terms. The man leads the relationship. The man should be initiating, and the woman should be very happy to be having bedroom fun with him. If she's not, then she's not your girl. Any other arrangement breaks down as the masculine and feminine polarity needed for a successful relationship is not present. The woman is not in charge of the relationship. Things to look out for related to bedroom fun. So there's certain important things to look out for related to bedroom fun relationships. Since it's so important for men, you need to be seriously on the lookout for these. Here are the relationship red flags, okay? If she's closed off during bedroom fun, she doesn't want to do with you what she did for other men. If she's limiting bedroom fun for ridiculous reasons, like she's tired, she wants to watch this show, she has a headache. If she's telling you how to feel about bedroom fun, men don't need that much bedroom fun, you won't die if we don't have bedroom fun today, whatever. Coldness in bed, she just lies there and doesn't appear to enjoy the process, mentioning other men's sexual abilities to you. If you see any of these, it means there are huge problems for you in your future. Like, your relationship is going to die. Guys, at least I tell you the truth. Alright, back to this video here.
I'm so confused as to why women are called sluts and men aren't.
Lock and key analogy.
Oh, they are done. So I have some college sorority friends. They all decided that they would challenge each other and see who could sleep their way through the alphabet first. As in hook up with a guy, beginning with each letter of the alphabet. I mean...
Oh, no. So again, it's easy for girls to get bedroom fun, right? So they can do ridiculous challenges like this and it's realistic. I was thinking she has male friends that can do this. That's like, you know, her male friends are like Channing Tatum or something. Most men cannot do this. Most men never sleep with a girl with each letter of the alphabet. Like, men sleep with who they can and women sleep with who they want, right? So if a guy was able to sleep with a girl whose name was every letter of the alphabet, that's very impressive and almost impossible to do, by the way. It's very difficult for most men. Like, I would say for 99% of men or more, that is impossible, right? Whereas for women, it's possible even for an average girl. That's the difference between lock and key analogy. Like, maybe a guy is able to sleep with 50 girls, right? But, like, what is the likelihood of 50 girls having every letter of the alphabet? Very unlikely. You see what I'm saying? So it's actually very hard. Like, you need to sleep with like 1,000 girls or something to have that. And how many guys sleep with 1,000 girls? Like rock stars? Like, you see what I'm saying? Actors like Leonardo DiCaprio. These are like 1 man in 10 million, right? So again, it's a very unlikely occurrence for a man. Okay, let's continue.
Seriously, what could go wrong? They just started this challenge 2 months ago. One of the ladies already made it to letter K last night. And then...
In 2 months? That's incredible.
And found out today that she is pregnant with a child bun in the oven. And not with 1, not with 2, but with 3 babies. Well, someone was fertile, and she doesn't know who the dad is.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're sleeping around at 18 to 23, when you're at your most fertile, when you should have been getting married. Okay, so how many is it till K? I don't even know what letter K is it of the alphabet. One sec, let me count quickly. 11 or so? Okay, so she slept with 11 guys and didn't use protection, and here's the result. Like, I mean, guys, 11 is already, like, her divorce rate is like 80%. Okay? She did that in 2 months. So imagine, let's say she's 20, she started at 18. Every 2 months she gets 11 partners, or whatever, let's say 10. So, do you see what I'm saying? The partner count for this girl is insane. Like, no guy's going to take her seriously. Like before, the mom, the dad, the grandpa, the grandma, the cousins, the brothers, the sisters, everyone would tell the girls and shame them away from this sort of behavior. Nowadays, it's you go queen, you're strong and independent, do what you want, you're free to do whatever. And then what happens? These girls end up ruined with cats and boxed wine, right? Like, it's ridiculous. All right. Let's see this fake Tinder profile here. Again, this is not real. You can just Google it. But there's a lot to be learned even from these fake Tinder profiles. So this is Alicia, who's 18. She doesn't want to brag, but she doesn't need to chew when eating a banana. So what's the idea here? She's 18 years old, and she's talking about casual bedroom fun, right? And how she's, you know, good with bananas, let's say. So again, like, guys, this is the kind of thing that starts at such a young age, right? And it's like, when a few generations ago, this 18-year-old, you know, would be seeking marriage and, you know, a serious boyfriend for long-term commitment and eventual marriage. Now she's seeking bedroom fun with Chad. And not just one Chad, multiple Chads, you see? So, again, notice how the culture has devolved, right? Because of, it's not just womanism, right? But it's partially to do with womanism, definitely. Like, this is not something that's, you know, going to go away. This problem is going to get worse until it literally leads to the fall of the Roman Empire. It's happening. It's happening in front of your eyes. All right, let's continue.
It could be Alex, Ben, Caleb, Darren, or the other 6 guys. But on the bright side, she hooked up with letter K last night. Therefore, Kevin from Arkansas State University, you are not a father, champ. Congratulations, bro! As for the rest of the letters,
yeah,
it's a guessing game.
Disaster.
Who's about to be a dad of 3?
So cool, so strong and empowered, so awesome, lovely, you go queen. Okay.
You know, it never ceases to amaze me when the mother of a child refuses to allow the father to have a role in the child's life. And this can happen before or after a court order. If it's before a court order, then the mom's pretty much in charge anyway and can deny father parenting time. If it's after a court order, then I have seen mothers do everything in their power to make it so difficult for a father to have a role in a child's life that the father just gives up finally. What mothers don't understand.
So here's the thing, right? These girls, they get mad at the ex-husband for whatever reason, right? Maybe in her eyes the guy was inferior to her, or, you know, she was settling and then he cheats on her and that's it, the relationship is done. And then, you know, she goes and ends it and then turns the kids against him and etc. Or maybe he was Chad and he was always you know, unable to be tamed, and so she gets mad because she couldn't get exactly what she wanted, the behavior that she wanted out of him, and then she divorces him for whatever reason. Or some combination of these, or, you know, she's alpha widowed by a Chad in her past, and then now you know, she has children with a guy that she sees as inferior, and so she, you know, she thinks that the guy isn't worthy to raise children or whatever on an instinctual level, and then she ruins the guy's life or whatever. There's a million different reasons. But the idea is that who is actually ruined by this? Of course, the father is ruined, right? Which is why I don't recommend that you know, get into arrangements like this in the West in 2022. It's idiotic. But even worse than the father's life being ruined is the life of an innocent child is being ruined, because the child did not choose to be in this world, right? So the girl just pragmatically choosing to have children because she literally can't have children anymore if she doesn't do it at that time, and then punishing the father for her own bad decisions, effectively ruining the lives of those children. I think that sort of thing is egregious, and it saddens me that that can happen. And not only can it happen, it's incentivized to happen because the girl gets paid for it. She gets paid for doing that by the government and by the husband, right? Through the court system, right? So again, guys, I cannot possibly recommend, knowing what I know, for you to get married in 2022 in the West. You just can't do it. So if you do want to get married, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get some kind of job where you can change countries, but you're still making, you know, the currency of the country that you're in. So, you know, some sort of programming job or whatever, or you know, you make a business that makes income online or whatever. And then you need to move out of the West with the girl that you wanted to marry or whatever. Don't leave that girl behind and get a new girl in the new country that you're going to. Get married and have children there in that country and never leave. That's what you have to do. It's literally gotten that bad in the West where you cannot get married here. It's that bad. Keep that in mind.
Understand in those situations is that without a father in the child's life, the child is much more likely to get in trouble before they turn 18.
Right.
If it's a little girl, there's an 80% chance she will become pregnant or drug addicted before she's 18. If it's a little boy, there's an 80% chance that he will become a juvenile delinquent and get in trouble.
So here's the thing. In the West right now, single parents are at an all-time high, especially single mothers. And the problem is that the children have very negative outcomes from no father in the house. So because there's no father in the house, the boundary setting is off. And because the boundary setting is off, then the child becomes off. And when the child becomes off, well, guess what? Later on, those men are the men of the future. So those men become off, and what happens to your society? And then the same stuff is perpetuated, right? Because these girls, they see the men are unreliable, so then they don't marry them or whatever, and then it just perpetuates the same cycle over and over and over again. So guys, again, the genie is not coming out of the bottle, so you need to avoid this problem. And the way to avoid it is through the technique that I described earlier. You get married outside of the West, you have children outside of the West, and you'll be okay, right? But you need to check up on the laws of the place you're moving to, right? It's just the way that the world works. The laws are against you. The courts are against you. Many of the women are against you. And you can't expect them to go back to what they used to be like 2 generations or 3 generations ago, because the genie is out of the bottle. And a lot of these girls are already ruined by the age of 20. Imagine that. That's the society you live in right now. Imagine that.
The father and mother are both involved in the child's life. That reverses. It's only a 20% chance that a child will become a delinquent or get in trouble.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it.
Explaining how you ended up with 3 children at 22, and then the girl has every possible red flag you can imagine. Giant jewelry, many tattoos, just showing off as much of her skin as possible. You know, she's got the filters, she's got the, you know, the interesting music choice, etc. Like, you cannot make this up, guys. Bad Mama TikTok. Okay. Oh no. So the girl literally says that she did like every possible bad thing. Like she taught her kid how to swear, like etc. Like, where is the good advice? Where is the good advice? Where is the advice of what a girl needs in order to be a good wife and mother? Where is that advice? That's what I want to know. Because that is the advice that girls need more than anything in the modern world, and it's gone. My parents take my phone at night, so I bought a dummy off Amazon.
A dummy off Amazon.
So what's the idea? The girl wants to, you know, text her friends, take spicy pictures, etc., etc. So she tricks her parents so that she can do it. So the parents are trying to prevent the culture of the West from destroying their child. And their child has been so corrupted already that this is what she chooses to do. Again, this is the kind of thing that the West has encouraged. And who is to blame? Who is to blame is the culture of gynocentrism, which says you can do whatever you want. You're a strong, independent queen. All right, let's continue.
I'm scared because I have no idea what this is going to be.
Why does your uterus hurt? It's on my period. Why does your heart hurt? Oh, she's sad. Boys.
Okay. Guys, you cannot make this up, right? Like, this is the world that we live in, guys. Where, like, this is the world we live in. Where the girls can make whatever videos they want, where they can show the bad decisions to everybody, and they're wasting their time and destroying themselves, and guess what happens, right? And they have the maturity of like a 12-year-old, and like, what are people doing about it? Literally nothing. Let them do whatever they want. They're strong and independent. You go, queen. Again, okay, on to the article. 4 things we need to stop teaching boys to avoid nurturing their bedroom fun entitlement. Because from spicy content and comedy, men learn that one thing will always be theirs for the taking: women. Not true. Most men do not learn this, and in fact are terrible at this, which is why virginity for men is at an all-time high. The lesson that they're taught is that if you want her bad enough, just head out there and take her. No, that's not true, and in fact, it is totally disingenuous and damaging that an article should say this, because it's just lying. That is not how the world works in 2022. It's just not. And this mindset produces dysfunctional and often frustrating relationships between men and women as soon as their bedroom fun and romance come into play. Yeah, so again, the person who's writing the article is telling on herself, right? She has dysfunctional and frustrating relationships with men because she's choosing men that are above her pay grade, right? And then once she does that, she blames the men because she doesn't realize how her own decisions are impacting her outcomes. But where did he get that notion in the first place? So many men act entitled to bedroom fun, but that attitude doesn't just appear out of thin air. Boys internalize messages about male bedroom fun from a very young age. Central to these beliefs are the ideas that 1, real men have lots of bedroom fun, and 2, that women exist primarily for bedroom fun purposes. Also, it assumes that men are only attracted to women. Okay, so the third one we're not going to touch, terms of service, but real men have lots of bedroom fun. That is actually defining masculinity from a feminine perspective, and it's actually not true. This is not what makes a real man. A real man is a winner, right? And winners have lots of bedroom fun, but that isn't what defines masculinity. Masculinity is the ability to control, manipulate, and strengthen your environment through your own actions and become strong and independent and powerful. And as a result of that, men get women. But that, like, you need that whole first part to get the second part, right? So no, that's actually not true. And that women exist primarily for bedroom fun purposes. Sure, I guess a player might have this attitude. But the old attitude, right, of, you know, women are there to be your wife, the mother of your children, etc., etc. That idea used to exist before women started choosing all these players, right? Women are choosing the men that can get all the women, and so these men are adapting their attitudes to fit that, right? Again, you can't just say it's all men's fault. Women have no blame in this, right? Because that totally isn't true. In the modern world, male virginity is far higher than female virginity. So, I mean, there you go, right? That's all that needs to be said. Female virginity is actually going down while male virginity is going up. What does that tell you? It tells you that the top men are being selected more for bedroom fun by these women. And then later on, those loser men in those girls' eyes, because of course, in order for society to run, we need all, like men provide much more value to civilization than women in the modern world, just based on, even now, even in 2022 they do. But anyway, so but in those girls' eyes, if the guy's a loser, then she'll settle for him when she's, you know, 30 plus or whatever. So again, like, guys, these articles are what are causing the problem, which is They encourage women to just go in entirely the wrong direction, throw them on a wild goose chase, ruin their lives, and then blame men after, right? Because those girls then say, where have all the good men gone? Why can't I find a husband? Why, you know, like, why are my eggs drying up, etc.? Because nobody told them the truth a single time in their lives. So how can they be surprised when their lives are ruined, right? All right. That's that. We're going to end the video there. So again, guys, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, well, guess what? I have a Patreon with exclusive content. You can go to patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just subscribe to any tier. Any support is appreciated. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to my content, especially if you got to the end of the video. You guys are wonderful. Again, I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.